Hey guys, welcome back to another notebook challenge video. Evie is hanging out with me today. Look how big she's getting, you guys. This little girl is already 5 months old. You want to say hi? Yeah. Is that Evie on the screen? So we are in February, ready for the February notebook challenge. So I am really excited to dive into how things worked out in the month of January. Yeah, you want to be a part of it? Yeah. So I'm excited to talk about how things worked out in January and the notebooks that I'm going to be using in February. I'm also excited to show you guys the giveaway choices that I have for you. I do have a choice. So one winner will get to choose and you'll win a pen this month. So last month's winner got sent a Simply Gilded pen that came in one of the Simply Gilded subscription boxes. This time I actually ordered a special pen for you guys. So I'm excited to get started and show you guys our HB notebook challenge for February. Okay, so let's dive into the actual notebooks. I'm trying something a little bit different and I'm sitting at my kitchen table instead of at my craft table, and I've just got a white background here that's just a poster board because I think that'll make things a little bit easier to see. So if you like that, let me know in the comments if you like it better or if you like the darker background better. It's nice to be able to sit down and record. So let's look at the notebooks that I've recently got, what I'm giving away, and all that good stuff. So this came in, I showed this in my Instagram stories. If you're not following me over on Instagram, I have been trying to post there more often, especially on my stories. So you can follow me there at Heart Breathing's blog. If you want to follow my writing career, you can follow me at Sarah Cannon. I post a lot of more personal things like family pictures over there. But I got this Tokidoki notebook set. So I got Tokidoki, like a bunch of stuff from Tokidoki, a hat, some little figurines for Hello Kitty. But one of the things I got was this 3 notebook set. So it's basically just 3 small notebooks that are nice and flexible. They've got this, like, I don't know, taped binding. Maybe it's sewn as well. It seems like it's just glued though, actually. And on the inside, you've got 3 different designs. You've got this little design. If you're not familiar with Tokidoki, this is an Italian designer who is in love with all things like Japanese cuteness. And she has these unicornos and Donatella and a lot of other little characters that she has. And she often does a collaboration with Hello Kitty. So I love when they collaborate because they're 2 of my favorite like designs and characters. So this one has blue graph paper with a little unicorno and Hello Kitty on each page. I don't think it says how many pages are in here, but look how cute the outer design is. Then on the second notebook that has the pink binding, we've got lined pages with some of the various Tokidoki characters and Hello Kitty dressed up as Donatella, which is super cute. Then in the final one, the yellow one, she says ciao. And this is again Hello Kitty dressed up as Donatella, which is one of the Tokidoki characters. And this has blank pages. And then it has one of her Tokidoki characters, I can't remember her name, is riding a candy cane. And then there's a little diamond with a Hello Kitty. So this is more like blank. And then you also have this Hello Kitty like kaiju, which is sort of like a like, I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly, but it's like a Godzilla type character. And then you've got a rainbow with the Hello Kitty here. So a lot of good collaboration there between the 2 of them. So you've got 1 graph, 1 lined, and 1 blank. And I'm not sure, I'm not actually going to be using these as far as I know this month, but I really want to come up with something cute to do with these. So you'll probably see these return, but I just wanted to show you some of my new notebooks that I just got. Okay, so update on what I have and haven't been using. So you guys saw in the last notebook challenge that I got this Erin Condren On The Go folio in the seasonal surprise box. And this one says 2020 and it has a lot of different notebooks in it, including a wellness log, a gratitude journal, just a plain dot grid, and then a like baby tracker. And I have literally touched this 0 times this month. There's just so much to keep up with. I've got, my writing is getting back on track. I've been trying to get my eating back on track and I just have not had time. So I tried setting this downstairs in my kitchen, seeing if I would be a little bit more motivated to do it because I've already got enough going on with my evening routine that I didn't want to continue to do like my gratitude stuff at night, but it just didn't work out that I ended up using this. So what I'm going to do is just set this aside. I do want to use this. I do want to use all of these on the go folios like petite planners, but right now my life is just too busy and I'm trying to get back on track with my writing, so I don't have time to spend time in this notebook. So this one is kind of a thumbs down. I love it, just don't have time for it. So that's kind of the update there. Then I also have this beautiful Chic Sparrow Traveler's Notebook that I filled with various notebooks from Taylor J Art and More, as well as some Hello Kitty notebooks from World Market. And this I used at least a little bit as part of my morning routine, but I really did not get far. So you can see here, I didn't even touch this until the 16th. And then what I was doing was kind of marking out what I wanted to do as part of my morning ritual and my like daily ideal day. And I did get some of that done, and I was happy with kind of some of the work that I was doing, putting that together and trying to figure out my routine. I think this turned out cute. Some of these little printable stickers here are from Quinn Boulet's store. If you follow her over on Instagram, she has an Instagram called Mindful Hookup. I'll link for her down below. But she has an amazing like journal, bullet journal, magic morning journal that she uses that I love her aesthetic. So I downloaded some of her printable stickers and just printed them on sticker paper and cut them out. So I've been kind of using them in my planner, as well as some new washi tapes and some craft paper that I got, but that's as far as I got, was just a few pages of planning. So I'm hoping in February I'm going to actually start my morning routine. But like I said, it's been more difficult than I wanted it to be. Evie is just turning 5 months on February 2nd, so she's still not quite in 100% routine, and she's still in our bedroom, and she's with us all night. Hopefully starting in month 5 now, I'm going to be able to transition her to her crib and her own bedroom, which will hopefully help with me getting up and actually doing a morning routine. But seasons of life, guys, we're doing the best we can. So this second journal is something that I had hoped to keep notes of the book that I was reading called Super Attractor by Gabby Bernstein. And this is the book here. Sorry, I've got some little pin stains on the dust jacket. I did actually get into the book a little bit. I got all the way through chapter 1, but I haven't finished it. So since I'm recording this and I still have a few days left in the month, I'm hoping to get a little further in this, and then this will actually move me into February as well. And I do want to take out the quotes that I have highlighted in here, and I want to put them into this journal. So I just haven't done it yet, but I have big plans, right? So then the next journal is, this actually I did use, and I just have a few pages here of blank because I want to fill out like a little bit of a reflection. And then I do have quite a few pages filled in, like probably 5 or 6 pages filled in from sessions with my life coach, Tanya Gonzalez. She's a tarot life coach. She's amazing. She has changed my life, and I've worked with her really closely for years, and we're doing private sessions together again. And so I've been making notes on my private sessions with her and some of my therapy sessions, EMDR therapy, in this notebook. So that's a little bit too personal to really share those pages, but it has been working, and I do enjoy that notebook. So I'll just continue on with that this month. This final notebook is just a plain dot grid notebook that I got from, oh, actually this one's not dot grid. This one's just a plain blank notebook that I got off of Amazon, put a Simply Gilded ribbon on, and then, or ribbon sticker on, and then said, "A life beyond my wildest dreams." And my plan, I put some of my favorite quotes back here, was to start sort of a manifesting slash vision board type thing in this one. And again, time got the best of me, because if I have to choose between getting a video up or spending time with my daughter, or my son's been sick, he's actually home today sick, and doing this type of journaling, right now the family has to take precedence. My videos and the things that move me forward in that way have to take precedence. So I'm having to be very focused and choosy with my time. So this just hasn't happened yet, but hopefully at the end of February, you guys are gonna see some progress in that journal. I also had mentioned that I was going to be doing a 21-day manifestation challenge with Gabby Bernstein in a Facebook group. And I am just now starting that, even though she started it on the 1st. Once you paid for it, you get lifetime access. So I'm not stressing about it not being done yet, but I am starting it now. So that again, the notes will go into this notebook, and I'll be starting that now and going through February. So a couple more little things. So this is my Hobonichi. So it's not technically a notebook, it's more of a planner, but I'm using it more as a notebook. I mentioned this in my last Plan With Me, or my last notebook challenge, and this has been something I have actually stuck with really well as the 5-year planner, which if you saw my planner lineup for this year, you'll have seen that Hobonichi 5-year planner. I've actually kept up with it every single night in January, and I'm really proud of myself for staying with my evening routine. Morning routine has been a little bit more difficult, but I've been sticking with my evening routine. I did finally get a chance to go in and sort of jazz this up a little bit and make it look pretty. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. And then I'm using the following pages. So these like intro pages where it's like a month at a glance, I've just been marking my tarot read for the day or my tarot draw for the night. And then I have a couple ones where I did like a full moon and a new moon reading where there's more cards than just one. But the one card I pull every night, I've been marking here. And I've also been making a note if I've pulled a certain card more than once. Like for example, the 8 of Swords, I've drawn 4 different times this month. So I think there's a message there for me. I haven't been using the monthly spread at all. I'm not sure if I will use that at all. So we'll see if it ends up being something I use ever this year. But I have been using the weekly spreads. So I've been using the weekly spreads kind of off and on. Sometimes I make notes about what's going on. I'm not decorating this in any way, but up at the top, I've been marking what is my tarot draw for the day, and then a little bit of either quotes or song lyrics or anything that's been like speaking to me. Like we were watching the series Ballers on HBO with The Rock, and he had a quote that day where he said something like, sometimes you have to level it to the ground before you can build it back up. And that resonated with me for a certain thing that's going on in my life. So I just put that in there. Some days I don't really write anything, or like, what am I so afraid of? And some days I have a little bit more to say, like reconnect with the part of you that stands tall and firm and knows just what to do, which was something that I read about the Emperor card. Then I marked that I have a full moon reading. So some days I use a lot, some days I don't. Like this week I wrote something every single day. And this week I did most things, so that kind of catches us up to where we are. And then I just have this first day here. So I've been enjoying having that at the beginning of the planner, or the beginning of the what I'm calling kind of my evening routine notebook. Then I also have the beginning of the month. Now I was holding this spread of the January card, or the January page, and then the first day of January to create kind of a my vision for the year journaling, and I never have gotten around to doing it. But when it comes to sticking with my every single day journaling at the end of the night, I have really done a good job with it. So I've been marking what my card was for the day, and some longer reflections about it or journaling that I've really wanted to do for the day, and just kind of included some stickers and some nice things. Now what I love about the Hobonichi paper, this is the Tomo River paper, and I just love the fact that when you write on it with pen, it sort of indents the paper and it creates this very textured feel that I just really, really love. So I've been journaling a lot about gratitude. And so instead of using that Erin Condren for gratitude, I've been using this for my gratitude and all of my kind of reflections. Then some days, if I don't do it, sometimes so for example, I did the 8th and the 9th, and then the 10th was the full moon and lunar eclipse. So I used 2 pages and did not journal on the 11th. So I had this for 2 pages. Then the 12th I did, but the 13th I didn't. So I might go back and use this page for a quote or for painting, and the same thing with 14th and 15th. So I've drawn my card, I've kept up with my nightly 5-year journal, but I haven't necessarily had something to write every single day. So I will hopefully go back and use these, but I'm not going to stress about it if I don't. So then again on the 16th, the 17th was just a little bit, and then a little quote here from Oprah that says, understand the truth of who you are and get about the business of living it, which I love that quote. It's one of my favorites. Then the 18th, 19th, did a little bit more journaling. Then I didn't journal too much until I got to my birthday, and I actually kept back several spreads to use for my birthday. So I'm using basically 5 pages for my birthday, and I did a full reading that has 12 cards for the year ahead, and then I'm probably going to do a little bit more journaling or put a quote on this page. Then I did a new moon spread on the 25th that looks like this, and the 26th, a little bit of journaling. So now I'm 1 day behind here. So as you can see, I've kept up with it almost every single day, and I've been really happy with how it's gone and how the pages are coming together and looking. I'm not really good at like art journaling, which is what a lot of people do inside their Hobonichi, but I feel like this has been like another form of therapy for me, to have a place that I don't have to put a lot of effort into, but just that nighttime, like this is your time to really reflect on the day, reflect on what's going on. So that is basically how I have it set up. I also have these little tabs here from, I believe these are from Planner Press, and they're just rose gold tabs that I put on the Hobonichi. And then of course it has these little ribbons too, so you can mark your place. So I tend to mark the day and the week here. So that's been a big win for me, and probably the notebook that I use the most. And hopefully you'll see it grow and continue to grow throughout the year as I use it every day. So another notebook that I'm going to be kind of focusing a little bit more on this month is this notebook that is a happy planner. You can see it doesn't really have a lot of guts in it. I bought this last year as a happy planner notes page, like a notes notebook, and then I put these silver metal discs on it, and it became my Final Fantasy online notebook. But I am not playing that game right now, and instead so I've got some of those notes are in here, but instead what I've been doing is going back to an old game that I used to love. I've probably mentioned it here several times, which is EverQuest 2. This is the game where my husband and I met, and I just feel like I have been really focused on work and family so much that I've had a lot of anxiety. So part of my goals for this quarter is lessening my anxiety. And one of the things that I've decided to do to really bring my anxiety down is try to make an effort to spend an hour to 2 hours every night gaming or doing something that's just purely for fun. I'm not working, I'm not planning, I'm not doing anything that is stressful. It's just for fun. So what I keep coming back to is this game EverQuest that it was really the first like MMO that I fell in love with, and I have a lot of good memories. So it's kind of for nostalgia. Right now I'm thinking about playing on this server called Caladim, which is what they call a time-locked server, which is very nostalgic. I'm gonna try to maybe join a guild. I've been thinking about what character I want to play. I also have some characters on a server called Maj Duel, which this is where I used to play. So I have like 9 characters over there. So I was trying to decide, do I want to start new or do I want to play old? And I'm kind of leaning towards starting new. But what I want to do is actually print out some of the information on the quests I want to do, the gear I want to get, set up a goal sheet for all of my levels, because I love to have, I'm what my husband calls an altaholic. I love to have lots of alts. So I have like one main character that I play, but then I'll also make several alt characters that I can have for crafters and things like that. And I love to do like side quests and side characters and that sort of thing. So I'm trying to decide what all I want to do, but once I get it set up, I'll have like if I'm playing a brigand who is a crafter that's a jeweler, I'll set up a little chart here to bring her all the way up to what is the highest level on the server right now, which is level 70. So I'm going to make a little chart and fill it in, like color it in whenever I get a new level. And I'm also going to print out some old pages that I have from before that are all about finishing quests, getting the gear that I want and that sort of thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I haven't really put this together. I may actually replace this cover because it says Final Fantasy on it. So I might just kind of, the guts of the notebook will stay the same, except I'm going to add to it, but I might actually add a different cover on this, and I'll kind of update you on how that gaming project has gone and if it's really working to decrease my anxiety. You guys have seen this one a lot, so I'm not really going to go into detail on it, but this is a Webster's Pages composition notebook cover. And what I have in here is a May Designs notebook. Now I'm covering this up because I put a book cover on here that has not been revealed yet, but I am hoping as soon as I finish Fate's Surrender, which is my current work in progress, I'm going to do a personal read through of all 10 books in my Shadow Demon saga so that I can get ready to plot Vengeful Darkness, which is book 11 in the series. And this is something a lot of my fans are waiting on, and I've really got to get going on it. So hopefully in the month of February, you're going to finally, after all these months, start to see this get filled out. So that's another notebook that I'll be using for this month, and hopefully I'll be able to update you with a really positive update on that. Now, I can't remember if I showed you guys in my last notebook challenge or if I just showed it on Instagram stories, but my local Barnes & Noble is going out of business. Now, not the one that's actually closest to me, because there are 3 in Charleston, but the one where I used to meet my friends every Wednesday has already actually gone out of business. But when they were closing, I bought several new notebooks, one of them being this Bandeau notebook. They didn't really put many of their actual books on sale, but they put some of their like notebooks and things on sale. So the reason I'm going to show you this one is because this month you're going to have a choice as to what you get in the giveaway. So if you're new to the HB Notebook Challenge, I give away one notebook every month, and this month I'm actually going to be, or actually this year, I'm going to be giving away a pen as well. So one of the notebooks that you'll have to choose from is another Bandeau notebook, but since it's still in the plastic, I don't want to take it out. So I'm just going to show you mine so that you know kind of what the inside looks like. Now the colors might be different, but they always have a little double-sided pocket, and then the actual notebook pages are full-length pages with just lines on it. It says Bandeau at the bottom, and then it has a place to put the date up here at the top. And then in the middle of it, it always has like some little colorful thing that has a saying on it. So sometimes it says "You're straight up magic." This one says "Today is your day." So it's a little surprise kind of in the middle of the notebook. And then that is basically the gist of it. There's nothing usually in the back except the hardboard cover. It has like a wire O binding. So I love these. I got this one in particular on sale at Barnes & Noble, so I'm going to be using that at some point this year. But you can choose whether you want to get a similar Bandeau notebook that says "I am very busy" and has the gold wire O binding, or you can choose this Exceed A5 dotted journal that I covered in my how to plan, like how to choose your perfect planner videos earlier. I was talking about affordable ways to bullet journal, and this was one of the choices for the giveaway, but the person who won that giveaway chose the other option. So I still have this notebook to give away with some washi tape. So you can make a choice, and I'll give you the washi tape either way, but you can make a choice between the Bandeau notebook or the dotted A5 journal. And this one is just basically a plain white sort of leatherette, it's like fake leather feel to it. And then the pages inside are off-white, and it has a nice dark dot grid with numbered pages, 2 ribbons, an index, and then in the back it has a folder. So if you would like this one, you can let me know in the comments, or when I choose the winner, which I'll be doing soon, I'll let you know at the end of this video when I'll choose the winner. I will contact you and you can let me know which notebook you want, but you can choose, and then I'll send the washi tape with you as well. So moving on to the pen. So last month I used this Emily Lay gold dot pen. I love it. I used it pretty much every day. I didn't use all of the ink out of it, but I did really enjoy using it. Now this month, the pens that I am going to focus on using in various places and as much as possible are Villa Beautifful pens. So I will link to this shop down below. I'm not an affiliate or anything, but I found these pens through Jen Ross at Pretty Neat Living. She uses these, and they're similar to pen gems because they have the little gems inside, but they're slightly different. Now, she has lots of different designs, lots of different colors on her website. These are 2 that I have bought, and then I also have one called Cherry Bomb, I think, but I couldn't find it for the video. It's somewhere upstairs. So those 3 pens I will be using. This one is called Watermelon for obvious reasons. I can't remember what this one is called, but if I find the name of it, I'll pop it up here on the screen. But this is just a really pretty light pink pen. Now these are just gel pens. They're nice fine point. They're easy to refill, and I bought a couple of refills with them as well. So I'm planning to use these pens throughout the month. And I went ahead and ordered one for you guys as well. So this is one that is kind of teal with some teal and diamonds looking gemstones in it. And I just thought that was beautiful, and it kind of matches this one in terms of my Heart Breathings colors with the mint and pink. So I thought you guys would like it. So whoever wins this month's giveaway, you will get the washi tape and the Villa Beautifful pen, and your choice of either the Exceed notebook or the Bando notebook. So that's it for this HB notebook challenge. I will just quickly write with this so you can kind of see how it writes. Just your basic gel pen basically. And sometimes I do post this on the end, but sometimes it doesn't stay on. So sometimes I just leave it on the counter or the desk there. So you can see it's usually a nice dark ink, and it's just a really smooth gel pen. It's not super fine like the Pilot Precise V5, which was a little bit more fine point. If you can see the difference there, I'll kind of zoom in for you. But this is actually a really nice dark gel pen, and I love the way it writes. I love the way it feels because it has this nice like smooth part right here. So this is my pen of choice for the month of February. And I'm excited to give one away so you guys can get a chance to try it yourself. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that video and kind of looking inside how my notebooks are going so far. Obviously, some things I'm not going to be able to touch as much as I planned, and that's totally fine because this little one right here and my 7-year-old and my husband, they're my real focus right now, and I'm just really focused on getting back into my writing so that I can hopefully have a new release coming up here in the next month or two. So lots going on, and you know, sometimes notebooks just can't be a priority, but the way that I am using the notebooks I have is really helping to support me and make me happy. So I'm really glad about that. Let me know how your notebook challenge is going. Please go tag me over on Instagram at Heart Breathings blog, or use the hashtag HB Notebook Challenge to show me what notebooks you're using this month. It could be the same one you started using in January or even last year, or it can be a brand new notebook. So I'd love to see those if you tag me over on Instagram. Also, my Publish and Thrive course starts in a week. So if you've been hoping to get in on that and learn how to self-publish, or if you've already been self-publishing and you just feel like you could use a little bit of support and a little bit more marketing information and a little bit more sales in your life, then I hope that you'll consider joining us, because it's really an energetic course that can truly change your life, because I've poured pretty much everything I know about self-publishing in a way that can really support you and be sustainable into this course. Because this is not just a course about how to hustle and market. This is really a course about how do you run a business in publishing and write these books and, you know, deal with the taxes and the business and, you know, all of the things that go along with it in a way that is sustainable for you and that really feels like success, instead of just feeling like you're constantly like barely keeping your head above water. So that's why this course is called Publish and Thrive, because it's about more than just learning how to publish, which we do talk about. It's also about how to learn to truly thrive in this business and be happy and successful. So if you're considering it, I would love for you to join us. So head down to the link down below to get more information. Other than that, guys, that concludes our HB Notebook Challenge for February. I'll be back in March with a new one, and we're gonna keep this going all year. So I'm so glad you're here. If you've just discovered this challenge, I hope that you will go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever new videos come up from me. If you love all things notebook and stationery and getting your life together, this is the place for you. So I am excited that you're here, and you guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye. Say bye, Evie. Bye-bye. Bye.